Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. So today I decided to film my foundation routine for you guys from start to finish. So if you're interested in seeing that, just keep watching. Okay, so for starters, I always start off with a clean face, and no matter what, I have to play some music to get me into the mood. Yes. All right, first step, I take my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. This just calms down my skin if it's feeling irritated at all, and it smells really good, just so you know, if you haven't tried it yet. The next thing I like to do is moisturize, and I use my Kiehl's Creme de Corps moisturizer. I have oily skin, and I'm saying that because this moisturizer is really moisturizing, but I love to use it because it makes my skin feel really soft. Okay, and just rub that in, and don't forget the neck. All right, so for my lips, I like to moisturize using my Lucas Paw Paw ointment. I like this because it's movable and it doesn't leave a line like other chapsticks do. For foundation, I love my Black Opal Stick foundation, and I'm using the shades Rich Caramel and Heavenly Honey, and I'm mixing those two together on the back of my hand, and I'm kind of like warming up the product just so it can be easy to blend once I go in with my beauty blender. Once it's all warmed up, I take my beauty blender and I just take product right from the back of my hand onto the beauty blender, and I apply that straight to my face. No primer, no color corrector. Lately I haven't been wearing neither of those because I feel like the primers have been making my skin look cakey and the color correctors have been showing up in pictures, so I've just been avoiding those two. Blending out my foundation and highlight and contour takes the longest throughout my foundation process, mainly because I'm trying to make sure that I get everything covered and make sure that everything is blended at the same time. So once my foundation gets to a place where I like it, I then move on to highlight. And for highlight, I like to take another Black Opal Stick foundation, and this is in the color Kalahari Sand. And once again, I take that on the back of my hand with the spatula and I warm up the product. I use the other side of my beauty blender and I begin to apply that under my eye, and as you can see, it makes a nice difference. I also apply that to my forehead and down the bridge of my nose. I do, however, avoid the chin area because I feel like my face is long, and applying it to my chin will just make my face look even longer. For contouring, I use yet another Black Opal Stick foundation, and this time is in the shade Chestnut, and I take the round end of my beauty blender once it's warmed up on the back of my hand. I press that into the foundation and I start applying it on my forehead near my hairline area, and then I also take that onto my cheek to contour, literally on my cheek, not under my cheek, because when I used to apply it under my cheek, I would have to apply more product to clean up, so this just avoids that step. Now for my nose, I just take a regular crease blending brush and I use the brush to contour my nose with the cream foundation, and I apply it into my eyebrows so it can have a nice fade and it can look blended into the face and not like it just stopped before my eyebrows or anything like that. And at this point, I'm feeling it. Yes, all right. So next thing I do is take a tissue and I blot my face just to get off that top layer of oil from the foundation that may be on my face. And doing this, I get to avoid looking cakey. Now to set my under eye, I don't always bake. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on if I feel like doing it. But I would take a brush with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, my beauty blender, and a mirror, and I hold my mirror up high and I use the beauty blender to blend out any lines that have started to form. Then once they're all blended out, I go in with my brush that has my powder on it. First, I pat the powder in just to get the area dry, and then I go in with pressing motions. And as you can see, that side looks really good, and the other side still has some lines there, but we'll fix it. I then go in with the same brush and the same powder, and I set my entire face with that. Once that's done, I like to take my Fashion Fair powder in Cola. I use a large Morphe brush to apply my contour powder just to reinforce that color and make sure that I'm not looking washed out. And I take a blending brush again, and I do the same thing to my nose, just bringing some color back in on that area as well. I'm using my favorite blush by Black Radiance, and it is the shade Toasted Almond, and I'm taking that with a Sephora blush brush to apply. And just like the other powders, I'm patting it onto my skin rather than like brushing it around because I don't want to move any product. And then I go in with my Becca highlighter that was created with Jaclyn Hill, and I like to take a Morphe brush with that as well, and I apply both highlighters, both Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop, to the high points of my cheeks and underneath my eyebrow and on top of my eyebrow as well. I also take that down my nose and above my lip. And at this point, I'm basically done with my foundation. What I do next is my eyebrows, and for that, I just take my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow pencil in dark brown. And first, I like to brush my eyebrow hairs up, then go in with concealer and underline my brows, because this gives me a shape without having to draw in a shape, which then lets me use less product. Once the concealer is laid down, I like to pat it in with my finger to blend it out, and then I take my pencil and I go in with hair-like strokes throughout my entire brow. And I like to aim for sparse areas. I don't really feel the need to fill in my whole entire brow. once my brows are done, that's about it. Ooh, highlight. I applied lip gloss. This is a NYX lip gloss in the color Sponge Cake. And that's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more. Bye.